Section 22 of Little Masterpieces of American Wit and Humor, Volume 2. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Recording by Kimberly Sossin. Little Masterpieces of American Wit and Humor, Volume 2. Edited by Thomas Lansing Masson. Section 22. The House That Jack Built. Behold the mansion reared by Deedle Jack. See the malt stored in many a plethoric sack in the proud cirque of Ivan's bivouac. Mark how the rat's felonious fangs invade the golden stores in John's pavilion laid. Anon with velvet foot and Tarquin strides, subtle Grimalkin to his quarry glides, Grimalkin grim that slew the fierce rodent, whose tooth insidious Johann's sackcloth rent. Lo, now the deep-mouthed canine foes assault, that vex the avenger of the stolen malt, stored in the hallowed precincts of that hall, that rose complete at Jack's creative call. Here stalks the impetuous cow with crumpled horn, whereon the exacerbating hound was torn, who bade the feline slaughter beast that slew the rat predacious, whose keen fangs ran through the textile fibres that involve the grain which lay in Hans's inviolate domain. Here walks forlorn the damsel crowned with rue, lactiferous spoils from vaccine drugs who drew of that corniculate beast whose torturous horn tossed to the clouds in fierce vindictive scorn the harrowing hound whose braggart bark and stir arched the lithe spine and reared the indignant fur of puss that with verminicidal claw struck the weird rat in whose insatiate maw lay reeking malt that erst in Juan's courts we saw. Robed in senescent garb that seems in sooth too long a prey to Kronos' iron tooth, behold the man whose amorous lips incline full with Eros' osculative sign to the lorn maiden whose lactalbic hands drew albulactic bovine wealth from lacteal glands of that immortal bovine, by whose horn distort to realm ethereal was born the beast Catulian, vexed of the sly Ulysses quadrupedal, who made die the old mordacious rat that dared devour antecedentous ale in John's domestic bower. Lo, here with hirsute honours doffed, succinct, of saponaceous locks the priest who linked in Hymen's golden bands the torn unthrift, whose means exiguous stared through many a rift, even as he kissed the virgin all forlorn, who milked the cow with implicated horn, who in fine wrath the canine torturers skied, that dared to vex the insidious muricide, who let auroral effluence through the pelt of the sly rat that robbed the palace Jack had built. The loud cantankerous Shanghai comes at last, whose shouts aroused the shorn ecclesiast, who sealed the vows of Hymen's sacrament to him who, robed in garments indigent, exosculates the damsel lachrymose, the emulgator of that horned brute morose, that tossed the dog, that worried the cat, that kilt the rat, that ate the malt that lay in the house that Jack built. The late Mr. William R. Travers liked Bermuda enormously, but it would seem that he found its comforts not altogether unalloyed. A friend who once visited him there was congratulating him on his improved appearance. "This is a grand place for change and rest," said his friend. "Just what you needed." "Yes," replied Mr. Travers sadly. This is a magnificent place for both. The niggers look out for the change, and the hotel keepers take the rest." End of section 22.